Today's video is just a quick update about my Lenovo Ideapad 5i Pro. I've been making a few videos about the device and I've been thinking a lot about whether it is a device that could replace my laptops that I'm currently using, or if it's something that kind of falls in between my use cases and therefore I would need to send back to find something that is more appropriate for the use cases that I want and for replacing the laptops that I'm currently using. I've been using this laptop for about 3 full weeks and I think I can answer pretty well different questions that you might have around it. So if there is anything you wonder about it, please make sure to ask your question down in the comment section below and I will answer as quickly as I can. I think the Ideapad 5i Pro has been a pretty interesting device to use for several different reasons. Most of all because I've been waiting for it for so long and getting my hands on one was really a happy feeling. However, I was more interested in getting either the AMD version and specifically the 14-inch AMD version. Getting the 16-inch with Intel was not my first choice, but I was willing to give it a test to see if it would work for the use cases I had intended it for. Now let's get through the reasons why I didn't like the Ideapad 5i Pro so much. The first one was my monitor out use case. And I've received a few questions about this, because it's a very peculiar use case. When I'm working in the office, as I've showed you in previous videos, I just use one Thunderbolt cable and this works perfectly fine both for charging the laptop through the screen as well as daisy chaining monitor signal to 2 different monitors. So that's a perfect one cable setup that I've been really happy with. However, my other use case is when I'm, for example, here, which is my new room in Stockholm where I'm spending a few months and kind of travel in between Stockholm and Gothenburg. And here on my desk, I don't have a real monitor. So to be able to work from here, I'm using my Ophia portable monitor setup. And those monitors need 2 USB-C cables with monitor out as well as power out. And that is not in the Ideapad 5i Pro, making it not useful for me in a majority of my work-life use cases. The second reason why I think it might not be my perfect laptop is for upgradability reasons. My Dell Inspiron 15700 is upgradable both in terms of RAM and with an extra SSD to get a very big storage when you're using it for video editing. And for the Ideapad 5i Pro to replace it, I would at least want it to have that extra slot for an SSD so that I could have all my video files stored when I'm using it for video editing. Since that is not available, I felt pretty limited in terms of my video editing needs being met by this laptop. And also because you can't upgrade RAM, I feel like this is a less future-proof device than some alternatives that are out there on the market, especially in this 15 and 16-inch category. The third reason why I feel like this is not the perfect laptop for me is because of the heating issues. The CPU or the GPU don't get burning hot. However, the keyboard area gets really hot to the touch when you're gaming or doing some other high-intensity task. This is not really acceptable for me in a laptop that I want to use for a long time to come, and this didn't change even though I was running, of course, all the different updates and tried different fan modes and different power modes, etc. in the laptop. Because of these 3 reasons, I have decided to send the laptop back and wait for the 14-inch AMD version to be released and hope that this one is more to my liking and maybe can beat my Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Pro that I still think is my prime laptop at this point. Sending a laptop back to Lenovo Store was a pretty hard process where I had to register in a very faulty form online that I wanted to return it and then get an email from TNT Shipping that was sorted into my spam folder. And then I had to find that in my spam folder, click on a link there, go in to register a pickup and then stay at home for a full day to wait for this pickup to happen. I will also be looking into other 16-inch alternatives on the market, so if you have any suggestion for any 16-inch laptop that you want me to try out, I would be super happy to hear about those down in the comment section below. Until I get my hands on the Lenovo Ideapad 5 Pro, the 14-inch AMD version, I will probably not do another laptop review series here, because that one is interesting enough to keep waiting for a little while. And the latest information I have is that it will come in about 4 weeks or so, in the beginning of September. I have an order placed for the 5600H model with 16 gigabytes of RAM, so I really hope that that model will come in. And it will be very interesting to compare 5600H to my 4600H that I have in the Huawei MateBook 14. I am on my way to Berlin and I will be traveling for the first time in pretty much exactly 1 year. So I'm really excited for this to happen, and while this video drops, I will most likely already be in Berlin. So I hope you guys have a really nice day, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!